What is up, everyone, and welcome aboard the Fantasy Fast Track today. Today we are talking about the truth that surrounds Austin Ekeler. Austin Ekeler easily was one of the best, well, he was the best fantasy running back last year. He finished as the RB1 in half PPR fantasy, and I would predict that this year he's going to be another one of the most consistent fantasy players you can have on your roster. He is going to be in a more high-powered offense this year, and I think because they're going to be throwing more downfield, his targets are going to drop just a little bit, and I'm guessing he will be around the 100 target range instead of the 120 target range. And with this, though, comes the opportunity to score more. I think the offense is going to be more efficient. They're going to be going down the field a lot faster. Thus, that means he's going to do what he always does, is at the goal line, he's going to have the ball, because really there's nobody in this backfield that warrants him to need to be off the field other than just to rest just a little bit. Joshua Kelly did have his crazy 75-yard touchdown in the preseason, but I really don't think that's going to eat into Austin Ekeler's workload too much. And also with the fragility of the wide receivers that are on his team, with Keenan Allen getting up there in age and Mike Williams still not knowing how to stay healthy, there's a good possibility that receptions are still going to be pointed in his direction, and he will just continue to be that rock of a foundation for your fantasy roster. He is the number 2 running back overall that is being drafted, and I think that is accurate. I think really the only person that has more upside and more volume capability is Christian McCaffrey. So if you're a running back heavy drafter, then you can obviously pick him up real early, or if you're lucky, sometimes he does fall just a little bit to the pick 5 or 6, depending on where Travis Kelce goes and how wide receiver needy the drafters are at the beginning of the first round. So there is no reason to not pick up Austin Ekeler, and I see very little downside other than the fact that he gets hurt or he hits that cliff of which he's been kind of teetering towards, but he is still young enough that I really don't think it's going to affect him, especially because he is not making a lot of his bread and butter in the rushing game. A lot of it is just the passing game. He gets a lot of dump off passes from Justin Herbert, and then he scores touchdowns. So what more could you ask for? Thanks for watching today. All I'm doing is I'm just doing the rundown of the top 60 in the Fantasy Pros ranking for half PPR fantasy, and you can look in the playlist in the description below, and also find it on my channel page. And all I'm doing is just breaking down all these players, the highs and the lows, and what you can expect for this upcoming season to help you with your fantasy drafts coming up this weekend. See you next time.